Could the Chevrolet Tahoe's bold, muscular frame be hiding a secret nobody wants to talk about? Could the SUV trusted by families, police, and road warriors actually be sitting on one of the most shocking reliability warnings in recent years? Consumer Reports didn't just test the Tahoe. They delivered a verdict that left owners stunned. Their 2025 reliability score? A jaw-dropping 27 out of 100. Less than half the average new car. And buried inside their report, whispers of major engine failures, catastrophic timing chain issues, and rebuilds that no family budget ever planned for. You walk into a showroom, pay nearly $70,000 for a brand new family hauler, and within a year, you're staring at repair bills bigger than your monthly mortgage. A machine marketed as built like a rock suddenly becomes a fragile puzzle of warning lights, strange noises, and dealer visits. For a vehicle that sells itself on toughness, this verdict isn't just concerning, it's devastating. But is that the whole truth or just one side of a bigger story? Because if you listen to owners, the picture gets even darker. On Reddit, one Tahoe driver described his 2024 RST as absolute hell. His engine's main bearings failed in under 6,000 miles. Think about that, an SUV barely passed its first oil change, already facing open heart surgery. Others post photos of their Tahoes on flatbeds, engines torn apart at dealerships, waiting weeks for scarce parts. Some even talk about lifter collapses, camshaft failures, electronic gremlins, and warning lights that flash and vanish like ghosts. Imagine driving with your kids in the back seat when suddenly the SUV slams into limp mode on the highway. The fear, the frustration, the betrayal. Whispers of a class action lawsuit are already circling. Could the Tahoe, Chevy's full-size pride, the SUV that's practically a cultural icon, become the poster child for modern build quality gone wrong? Or is there another twist waiting to be uncovered? Because not every owner sings this tune. In fact, some are passionately loyal. J.D. Power crowned the Tahoe #1 in its class. It even won their quality award for the fewest problems reported in the first 90 days of ownership. Let that sink in. On one hand, a brutal Consumer Report score. On the other, an industry award for quality. How can both be true? The answer lies in the Tahoe's split personality. For many, it's a dream machine. Whisper quiet cabin, endless space, seating for the entire family, plus luggage, plus sports gear, plus the dog. Owners rave about effortless towing, smooth highway ride, and the feeling of invincibility when you sit up high, looking down at traffic below. Kelley Blue Book reviewers describe it as comfortable, spacious, and capable. Car and Driver named it an editor's choice. And when you test the cargo space, it swallows 6 carry-on bags behind the third row. That's not just storage, it's a moving fortress. Families who live on the road, who camp, who travel cross-country, often say they can't imagine life without it. So how can one SUV be both adored and distrusted? That contradiction is what makes the Tahoe so fascinating and so controversial. Step inside the 2025 model, and the drama deepens. The interior feels like stepping into a tech showroom. A massive 17.7-inch touchscreen dominates the dash, paired with an 11-inch digital cluster that glows with futuristic graphics. Real wood trim, brushed aluminum accents, and detailed stitching on the high country trim add a touch of luxury. It's filled with creature comforts, wireless charging, in-car Wi-Fi, Bose premium audio, heated and cooled seats. On paper, it feels like a rolling 5-star lounge. But when the SUV rattles over bumps, when the touchscreen lags or freezes mid-drive, or when a plastic panel squeaks in the night, that illusion of perfection cracks. And here's the chilling detail. Torque News tracked the complaints, and the list is long: oil leaks, dashboard cracks, air conditioning failures, electrical glitches. Some drivers report their Tahoe feels rock solid one day, fragile the next. Like rolling dice with every ignition. Will today be smooth sailing or another trip to the service bay? But here's the twist that changes everything. GM has already acknowledged one of the darkest issues, the 6.2L V8 engine. Between 2021 and 2024, thousands of Tahoes were recalled for engine replacements. Faulty components, risk of sudden breakdowns. GM is replacing them free of charge, which means for buyers of the 2025 model, the nightmare of catastrophic engine failure may already be solved. Still, the damage to trust lingers. Once an SUV earns a reputation for unreliability, it doesn't fade quickly. Will buyers believe Chevy has truly fixed the demons? Or will the Tahoe forever carry the ghost of those early failures? Meanwhile, performance remains undeniable. With up to 420 horsepower from the 6.2L V8 or 305 horsepower from the efficient diesel, the Tahoe doesn't just move, it dominates. The diesel even pushes fuel economy into the high 20s mpg on the highway. That's unheard of for a full-size body-on-frame SUV. Families towing campers, weekend warriors hauling boats, contractors loading gear. The Tahoe doesn't blink. And this is where the comparison gets brutal. Toyota Sequoia may not have Tahoe's brute power, but its reputation for reliability is legendary. Ford's Expedition balances refinement with space, often with fewer reported issues. Cadillac's Escalade, Tahoe's luxurious cousin, shares much of its DNA, but comes with better trim quality and fewer squeaks. If Chevy stumbles, these rivals are waiting with open arms to poach buyers. This is why build quality matters more than ever. Because in today's SUV market, capability is just the starting point. Trust is the currency. Parents want safety. Families want comfort. Buyers want confidence their $70,000 investment won't crumble under them. And this is where the Tahoe walks a fine line. For the right buyer, it's unmatched. The capability is enormous. The cabin is luxurious. The technology is cutting edge. And with recalls addressed, the risk of catastrophic failure is reduced. But the gamble remains. Will your Tahoe be the fortress owners love or the nightmare owners warn about? That's the shocking truth. The Tahoe is not weak. It's not a failure. It's a paradox. A machine that can be both fortress and flaw dream and gamble icon and warning. Now, I want to hear from you. Which detail shocked you most? The brutal Consumer Report score? The massive engine recall fix? Or the fact that, despite everything, buyers are still lining up for the Tahoe in record numbers? Do you think it can still stand toe-to-toe with the Toyota Sequoia and Ford Expedition? Or has its reputation already taken too big a hit? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this deep dive pulled back the curtain on something you didn't know, hit like, subscribe, and share this with anyone considering a Tahoe. Because this story isn't finished yet. And just so you know, this video is based on verified reports and expert reviews. Always check official sources before making any decision.